Welcome, everybody. If I hadn't already said that to you, welcome. This is the Insight Meditation reading group of the Palm Beaches. In normal times, we met every Tuesday in person at various local libraries and similar places around Palm Beach County, Florida. Now we're starting a live stream to help support our meditators. Completely free. No need to donate or send any money through Meetup or anything. We enjoy meditation. We enjoy sharing meditation and sharing how we meditate and what we've learned about meditation. For those of you who don't know who we are, or this is your first time, my name is Patrick, or PK. My wife is Peyton. We've been meditating for over 8 years now, intensive and serious practice. We've been leading meditation groups for us to those. We studied in the Thai meditation techniques, as well as the Vipassana techniques popularized in Burma and through teachers such as Mahasi Sayadaw, known as Insight Mediation here in the States, or Mindfulness as it is broadly known. The method is Vipassana or Insight, which is to see clearly. And we are seeing clearly our own mind in the present moment. The goal of this meditation is to see clearly each passing experience. It is a skill we develop, seeing clearly. It's something that we practice towards. We want to know the experiences as they happen without adding anything to them, without judging, without trying to change. Just simply being aware of whatever is passing through and then letting it go and letting awareness rest on the next experience. In this way, we stay present. We stay mindful in the present. If any of you have any trouble hearing me, please let me know in the chat. Otherwise, I'll have no idea. I may start talking a little bit quieter as I get more still and meditative. On to the actual method of practice. With this Insight meditation, we use a method called noting. Noting is simply a technique or a tool that we use to help us stay present, to help us note experiences without getting caught up in them, and to maintain a healthy distance from the experience, and to reinforce the perception that these things are simply experiences, and to not identify with them, cling to them, or believe them to be permanent or everlasting. So, as we meditate, images, thoughts, sounds, physical sensations will arise in our minds. We will become aware of them. As each arises, note it with a simple mental label. The simpler, the better. So if you see an image, simply say in your mind, seen, 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 until the image has passed, or until the next experience arises. If a sound arises, note hearing, hearing, hearing. Try not to note in great detail. You don't want to note annoying motorcycle, annoying motorcycle, annoying motorcycle. That's judging and getting a little bit caught up in identifying precisely the sensation. We just want a gentle, soft labeling. If a thought arises, you can note thinking, thinking. Or maybe it's planning, or an emotion, sadness, anger, frustration. Note as appropriately as you are able. Eventually, the noting may feel superfluous, and a simple awareness is simply just touching each object, and that is fine too. Whatever works best for you. There are many ways to meditate. As I like to say in an analogy or metaphor, there is Meditation Mountain, and there are many trails leading up to the peak. Some may take a little while, wandering back and forth, others go straight up the hill. But eventually they all have the potential to reach the summit. We each have our own path. Before we begin, if there's any questions, please send them in the chat room. If not, I will begin today's meditation. The meditation will be approximately 30 minutes. I will first guide us through relaxing the body part by part, followed by awareness of our breath. We use the breath as our home base. We note all experiences equally. However, when something is not apparent, there's no sounds or images or wandering thoughts, simply stay with your breath. Stay with the rise and fall, the actual physical sensations of breathing, not the concept of the breath or the idea, the actual experience, moment to moment of breathing. With that, let us begin today's meditation. First, note your posture. Find a comfortable position. You can be seated on the floor or in a chair, whatever is comfortable to you. There's no need to maintain an arduous, stressful position or place your fingers just so. Whatever works comfortably and doesn't make you fall asleep. With your back straight and balanced, let us gently close the eyes. Do not squeeze the eyes shut. Allow them to just gently touch. Feel the rise and fall of the breath. Feel the sensations in the body. Feel the weight of gravity. Gently pulling down into your chair or cushion. Feel the weight of the arms, allowing the shoulders to naturally drop. Allow the body to relax, sitting balanced and comfortable. Feel the flow of the breath energy, the flow of oxygen. Feel the beating of the heart. Take a few long, deep breaths, breathing in, energizing the body, and breathing out completely, releasing stress and tension. In and out. With each out breath, feel the body relax. With each out breath, feel the tension and tightness of the body melting away. Let it go. Wherever you feel tightness or tension, let it go. Relax. Release. Breathe. Feel the relaxation throughout the body. Now, bring awareness to the sensations of the head. Feel the back of the head, the sides, the forehead. Feel the tightness. Breathing out, feel it relax. Breathing out, allow the forehead to relax. Remember, we're not trying to change the sensations here. Simply bringing our awareness to them without judgment. And allowing relaxation to occur. Just stop holding things tight. Just simply releasing and letting go in the body, so that later we may release and let go in the mind. Feel the face, feel the sensations around the eyes, the the cheeks, the mouth. Breathing out, feel them relaxing. Allow the eyes to rest, relaxing the space between them. Relaxing the entire face, simply letting it be. Feel the neck, feel the neck relaxing with each breath. Feel the tightness along the spine becoming soft with each out breath. Feel the stress moving downward, leaving the neck empty and relaxed. Feel the shoulder blades. Breathe in a way that brings relaxation to them. Breathing out, feel the shoulders relaxing. Allow them to drop with gravity. Feel the arms, the elbows, the fingers. Feel them relax. Feel the back, feel the muscles down the spine and the waist. Feel for spots of tension or pain, tightness. Practice being with it. Be with the sensation, whatever it is. Be compassionate with the sensation, like a mother with a crying baby. Allow your attention to bring it comfort. Do not judge the sensations. Simply be with them. Become interested in them. How does the sensation change over time? Each moment is changing. With each out breath, it's becoming softer, becoming more relaxed. With each out breath, let the back relax. Feel the back relax. Feel the chest and stomach. Feel it rising and falling with each breath. Breathing out, feel them relaxing. Let all the tension in the upper body melt down with gravity, moving down into the legs, feel the waist, the thighs, feel the knees and feet. Breathing out, feel them relaxing, letting go of any tension or tightness, allowing them to soften. Feel all the stress and tension leaving the body, melting down into the earth, leaving the body feeling relaxed, leaving the body empty, with no bones, no muscles, with only this relaxed feeling. Within this empty, relaxed space, bring awareness to the rise and fall of the breath. Bring your awareness to each experience, sticking persistently to the present moment. Whatever is happening, observe without changing. Observe without judging. Observe without liking or disliking. Balance in each moment of the breath. Noting your rising and rising, falling and falling. Stay with the breath as long as you can. Challenge your awareness to stay as long as you can with the present moment. When the mind eventually wanders, simply note whatever took the attention away, and then relax and remember to come back to the present moment, to return to the breath. Rising, rising, falling, falling. Stay mindful, stay with the breath, or note whatever experiences arise without preference, with the goal to simply maintain mindfulness persistently, relaxing, becoming more and more still, noting more and more. let go of the wandering thoughts. Practice being mindful of how a wandering thought begins. Try to notice the moment it arises. Become interested in mindfulness itself. Bring your full attention, your full awareness to the breath. as awareness concentrates, be mindful of what happens. Be mindful of what doesn't happen. Investigate the mind. Investigate with concentration, equanimity, persistence. Know the mind. And for awareness, concentrate your awareness on the breath. Be interested in each tiny experience of the breath. Note how attention feeds that which upon it rests. Incline the mind towards that which brings peace. Practice towards this inclination. Practice towards release. Practice to let go. Now we come to the end of the formal sitting meditation. Allow awareness to gently rise to the surface or maintain your concentration if you feel like it. Take a few long, deep breaths, being aware of the breath moment by moment. Feel the change in energy in the body with each breath. Feel the sensations of the body. Feel our muscles, our posture. Bring awareness to the eyes as we slowly open them. Maintaining mindfulness. Maintaining non-judgmental awareness, moment by moment. As we continue through with the discussion, the question and answer period, maintain your mindfulness as you think, as you talk or type, as you listen. Bring your awareness fully to whatever it is you're doing. Talk when you talk. Walk when you walk. Train the mind to not wander, to stay with whatever it is you are doing. At this time, feel free to type in any comments, any insights or points of discussion, any questions or feedback. we will read it aloud. And feel free to add your own bits of experience or wisdom to the conversation. I will start. And remember, we're all equals here in this group. We all benefit from practicing together, sharing our meditation tips, tricks. Think of each other as friends in meditation, here to help and support each other. And at this current time, perhaps we need more support in meditation than ever before. It's a stressful time for us all. A lot to worry about, a lot to feel anxiety over. Disconnected from friends and family. Maybe even from coworkers or the stability of work. I find for myself during this time, during these past few months, my meditation practice has really shown its true benefit, really shown its usefulness. If it hadn't before, it definitely did not. For example, going to the store with a face mask and not itching your face. How difficult is that? With mindfulness, you can know the itching just as it arises and no need to indulge it. How have you all benefited from mindfulness during these past months of the virus? Katie says, yes, this practice was helpful to get a few moments of a calm mind. Yeah, bringing a few moments of calm during these months has definitely helped. Being able to remain calm during times of what other people would find stressful is a unique benefit of mindfulness practice. My wife likes to tell the story of when she was staying at a big temple in Thailand. And it's all run by monks. There's hundreds of monks there. And at her dormitory, a big pipe suddenly burst in the middle of the night, like 2 or 3 a.m., flooding the bottom floor. Normally it's a very stressful experience, panic, buildings being destroyed, lots of damage, right? And since it was being run by monks, the workers all rush there, don't know what to do. And one of the senior monks arrived and calmly, quietly led the effort to fix the pipes and clean up the damage all in the middle of the night. And my wife was remarking at just how amazed she was just seeing how calm he was in that experience. And that his calmness was contagious. That all the workers went from being panicked to being calm and getting the work done more effectively. So being able to see experience just as it is without being wrapped up in the panic of worry can definitely help us stay calm when others might become stressed. Katie says, mindfulness is very helpful as I was really tested by losing my job, getting the virus, and now in recovery. Thank you for providing this moment. Wow, that is a lot to take on all around the same time, job loss and the virus. I'm glad to hear that you are in recovery. That's great. I hope that each day you feel better and better, and that you get the rest and recovery that you need. And anytime you need more relaxation, more rest, meditation is a great way to do that. I know that stress is a killer. Stress will make anything worse. So being able to practice calm and mindfulness, even in the face of having the virus, could only help. So I'm glad you have this practice. Hopefully it benefited you as you went through it. I can barely imagine what it would be like to get the virus and have to go through all of that. One thing this practice has taught me and I find helpful is the impermanence of all experience. So whatever it is we're going through, whether it's having the virus, losing a job, that situation will change again too. And Katie says, yes, panic would rise, and I was able to calm with mindfulness. Great. Yeah, that's the best, when you can bring the practice to bear in those important and intense moments. That's what we practice for. It is practice after all. And those moments of no longer practice for you, it was life or death. That's great. In all honesty though, every day, it's not really practice. We're all going through things at different times in our lives. So meditation is always there to help us through each moment. I was reading an article in the Tricycle magazine, and it was an interview of Sayadaw Tejaniya. He's a Burmese Vipassana monk from China. And he really stresses practicing Vipassana, not just on the cushion, but in each moment through daily life. So you don't have to be seated on a cushion practicing formal meditation to practice Vipassana. For relaxation, for samatha meditation techniques where the goal is just pure, simple relaxation, you should sit. For Vipassana, you can see clearly whatever you're doing. Katie says, yes, I've learned from practitioners, this moment will pass. Well said. My wife Ping asks, how many of you are meditating at home daily during this virus time? And a suggested question from her as well. How do you squeeze meditation in during a super busy, stressful, and chaotic lifetime? Is that from personal experience? Right now we have a newborn baby. She's 3 months old. So we do have a super busy and chaotic life. But for all of us out there, Katie, with your loss of your work and the virus, that's also potentially stressful and chaotic as well, I imagine. And feel free for anyone out there to answer other people's questions, not just me. We like to share in this group. For me personally, how I squeeze meditation in to a busy time schedule, because I don't have as much time for formal sitting anymore. Like I was just mentioning with the Sayadaw Tejaniya, trying to practice more in daily life and not just on a cushion. Meditation isn't just about sitting down, it's a moment by moment practice. In the beginning, sitting helps because we have to train our minds to form these mindfulness habits. But the goal really is to take it off the cushion. In Vipassana practice, walking meditation is a key practice for us. We sit and we walk. You go on an intensive retreat, the day's divided into two. It's divided into 1 hour of sitting and 1 hour of walking. I find walking is something we all do a lot. No matter what it is you're going through in your life, there are times where you have to walk somewhere. I have a dog that I walk. I also have a baby that I walk now too. Sometimes together, sometimes not. In my busy life, I find that is a perfect time to practice walking meditation. Walking meditation can be in slow motion, as you do on a retreat, or it can be step by step at your normal speed. Simply bring your mind to each step as you take it. The physical sensations of the steps. If your mind wanders, you can take a moment to stop and observe whatever it is that brought your attention away from the walking. And note left, right, left, right, left, right. That is a practice for keeping your mind focused and concentrated, just like any other meditation. Otherwise, find other moments where you don't need to think and have discursive thought. There's lots of menial tasks throughout the day you can practice with too. Washing the dishes, feeding the baby, mowing the lawn, driving your car. You can bring meditation to each of these activities. Turn the radio off. Put the cell phone down. Turn off the TV. There's lots of times we can find for meditation. Katie says, Ping, I wanted to practice but wouldn't. So this was helpful to keep me accountable and to get a worthy practice in. Do you have any thoughts on how I can prioritize a sitting practice? I think Ping's going to type a response. Ping says, I have been working on this too. Having a baby broke my habit. Yeah, boy, I have to do that. But I am now trying to reform a daily meditation habit. Katie says, yes, I can imagine how difficult that is now. Definitely adds a challenge. Before the baby, I had at least 1 hour of formal sitting meditation practice every morning. I would have quick breakfast, sit for an hour in my office, and then once the sun rose, I'd go walk the dog and do walking meditation with the dog. So I would get in a good amount each morning. Now, for me, I do formal sitting with a baby. It's very different, but I'm glad I practiced Vipassana meditation. If there was another method, the baby would be far too distracting. I wouldn't be able to get still in my mind. But with Vipassana, I know whatever arises as it arises. So baby makes a sound. It's just a sound. Hearing. No different than the dripping water or a car outside or a clock. I try to remain mindful of the reactions I have to the sounds. Do feelings arise, emotions, thoughts? You can train your mind as easily with a baby as you can anything else. Ping says, I found two things work for me. First, meditation in the early part of the day before I get too exhausted. Yeah. Second, I do need to put in more determination and efforts. I found we do find lots of reasons to not meditate. Katie says, yes, too many. Ping says, reasons not to meditate, like I am too tired, too busy. What Patrick just said. We can turn off the TV. Put down the phone. No, Ping, you could just talk to, not the actual better. She's in the same room if you can't hear her typing. And don't be too hard on yourself, too. I used to do 1 or 2 hours per sitting. There was a few years where she did it like 3 or 4 hours per sitting. That was before baby. She would meditate all afternoon. And that wasn't a formal retreat, that was just a normal day. Ping says, now I am only trying to do 20 minutes per sitting. I think that's actually a very important point. I suggested my parents to only do 5 minutes per sitting. Her parents are currently living with us. They are from China, but they can't return due to the virus. So they're here until October. They are practicing meditation now too, which is a great benefit of them being here with us. Ping says 20 minutes here and there, or even just 5 minutes here and there. I think that's a very important point, that meditation, it's not the length of the sitting that's important, it's the quality of your mindfulness. There's many times all throughout the Buddhist canon, the Tipitaka, the Pali scriptures of Buddhism, where the Buddha is talking about meditation, or his monks are talking about it. And the Buddha will ask, like, how should a monk meditate? And the monks will be like, oh, I will try to gain enlightenment this year. The next month, I'll try to gain enlightenment this month. And each monk tries to one-up each other until finally the monk at the end is, I will try to become enlightened this next moment. And the Buddha says, this is how to practice. So do not think that you need a full hour to be mindful. You can be mindful in each moment. It's the quality of that mindfulness that you bring to bear in each moment that's important. An equanimous, balanced, effortful, concentrated attention. It does not take long with that sort of mind to gain the best benefits of the practice. Granted, that sort of mind takes practice to develop. So that's why often we recommend sitting longer periods of time, because it takes a while to practice. The longer you sit, also, usually the more still you become. So when you become still, you can see or experience more subtle things. Other than the gross physical sensations, you may become able to experience things like judgment arise, consciousness, or noting how consciousness moves and arises with experience. As soon as you sit down, though, your mind is more likely to wander. But throughout the day, if you are inclining your attention to whatever it is you're doing, your daily life is what's going to support your practice the most. So if you go throughout your normal day letting your mind wander like a dog without a leash, if your mind is untrained for 23 hours of the day, when you go to sit down and practice that 1 hour, your mind will do what it's been doing for the past 23 hours. So if you've only got 5 minutes or 20 minutes, just know that that's just formal sitting throughout the day. If you're training your mind to be present, that when you do sit down for those 5 or 10 minutes, your practice will be that much more supported, and you'll be able to have more benefits from the practice. And I find finding that 5 minutes is important. Practice just that 5 minutes every day. Pick a time where you actually can find those 5 minutes reliably. And then let it grow over time. Imagine it's a garden. Every so often allow it to grow by a few minutes. When I first started meditating, 5 minutes was a good amount. 20 minutes seemed like forever. An hour was impossible. I find the more I meditate, the more interest I get in the meditation, and the more I want to meditate. The more I want to be mindful, the more I want to find time to sit. Like these days, if my family wants to watch a TV show, I almost begrudgingly watch the show. It's as though I wish I was upstairs meditating by myself. Ping says, also, when I was training in Thailand, 2 techniques our teaching monks told us to use. One, when you first wake up in the morning, while still laying in bed, just meditate for 5 minutes before you even get out of bed. It's a great way to start your day mindfully. Second, dedicate one life chore to meditation. I guess that's what I do, don't I? I walk my dog with meditation. For example, when you brush your teeth, meditate when you do it. Just be mindful of how you brush your teeth. How it feels every move, how the brush touches your teeth, how that feels. And use noting technique helps too. Any chore you pick. One chore only. As you become good with meditating with this chore, then add a second chore. Good suggestions. Katie, I have a question for you. Have you actually, I'm sorry if you've been to our group and I don't remember your name, but have you actually been to our in-person meetup before? It's hard to see your picture there. Just curious to know if I've actually met you. Okay. Katie says, no, I haven't. That's cool. I think actually we'll be doing these online meditations at least once a week going forward. And once the world returns to normal, we'll be having the in-person ones again. So we do invite you all to join us once we get back to being in person. Wanted to, but the time schedule conflicted with my schedule. Yeah, we get that sometimes. Our group met every Tuesday at 7. We had another group that met Saturdays at 3, was it? It's been so long. But yeah, I'm happy to meditate with everybody. For me, I do this anyway. It's a great way for me to bring meditation into my life and meditate more often. So for me, it's always a joy to guide meditation and talk meditation. That's one reason some people become monks or meditation teachers is they just want to meditate full time, and being able to talk or teach meditation is a way of just bringing it into every aspect of their life. Ping says, please feel free to email us if you have any suggested topics for discussion for future sessions. Yeah, we used to, it's called the meditation reading group after all. We used to have a reading each session too. After the guided meditation, we would read an excerpt from a meditation related book. Always from the Insight tradition, but sometimes from mindfulness traditions as well, like Thich Nhat Hanh or Ajahn Chah, Mahasi Sayadaw, or Sayadaw U Pandita, or Thanissaro Bhikkhu. Actually, since we're on YouTube, there are many great meditation teachers on YouTube as well, monks that do regular Dhamma talks. I suggest you check them out. I'll post some links. Very good to see you. Was hoping to see Ping too, or at least pictures, especially of the baby. Also now have more time to be mindful. Barry is one of our regulars. Happy to see you, Barry, or at least to see your text. Ping is in the room, but she doesn't want to be seen. At least that's what she said. Maybe she's willing to give Barry a look at her face. Maybe not. And the baby is currently napping. So that's how we have this moment of peace. She sleeps every day from about 1 to 4. So for us, the baby's schedule kind of dictates our meditation schedule. I do have a photo. 1 second. Oh, sorry. So this is our little girl. This is about when she was 2 months. She's much chubbier than that now. This is our first child. So yeah, and Barry, to your point, we have more time to be mindful these days. Yes, definitely. There's a lot of things that people would normally be doing nowadays, right? Going out more, going to restaurants, hanging out with friends, whatever, right? And even work. Without having work as well, we have more time to be mindful. Always find the silver lining to each thing. To these times, it's actually kind of ideal for meditators. People who normally like staying inside, like people who love reading books, people who want more time to write or paint, or more time to meditate. You can have your own personal self-retreat. Her name is Araya, Araya. It's based on a Pali word from the ancient language of India during the time of the Buddha. The name means noble one or enlightened one. It's like noble, elegant, wise. That's like kind of the meaning of the word. Although it's spelled a little differently in Pali. But we call her Raya. A ray of sunshine. She's been teaching us a lot. Teaching me patience, teaching me how to be mindful better with sound. There's a lot of things you can learn as long as you're mindful. I would often, after these intensive retreats that we've done, I would often find one thing in particular taught me more than any other. One time in Lumbini, which is the birthplace of Buddha, my best teacher was the mosquitoes. So I would refer to them as mosquito teacher. So nowadays, Ray is my teacher. She teaches me a lot. Teaches me to increase my mindfulness, my patience, my compassion, my loving kindness. Teaches me the extent to which certain things exist in my habituated way of living. She'll highlight any frustration you have. She'll highlight any aversion you have. She'll highlight attachment and love as well. So she's a great little teacher. All right. Does anyone else have any comments, questions, feedback, or suggestions? Quick question. How mindful were we all while we were chatting and talking here? What were we mindful of? Gentle reminder to stay mindful. In these moments of rest between conversation or talking, I often just bring my attention back to my body, bring it back to my posture, the sensations of sitting. As I talk, I try to pay attention to the words I use and to the vibration and sensations in the mouth. Ping says, also please feel free to share this video by clicking the share button down below. Barry, always liked the text you shared to us through emails. Yeah, I don't know if we always mentioned that in the group, but we always appreciate your messages. It's great that you share those things when you find them. All right, so I think that will do it for today. Now this is a real YouTube channel now that we made for this group. We'll be posting these videos in this channel, so if you ever feel like going back and listening to them again, they are available. I will be having separate videos uploaded that are just the guiding. So instead of having like everything attached, like the discussion and such afterwards, we will have videos of just the guided meditation in case that helps, in case that's something you want to have, so that when you're at home and you're trying to get a habit of meditation going, if you need a guiding, these videos are available. When I first started, I found them to be very useful. Not videos of myself, videos of other people. So hopefully they can help you. Or if you know anybody that you feel like they may benefit, please feel free to share. Katie says, thanks, Patrick and Ping. You provided me with very helpful information I can use. You're very welcome. Always glad to help and to talk meditation. And we plan to do this again next Saturday afternoon at 2. So same channel, same time. We'll see you then.
Sunday.
Oh, is it Sunday? Ping says Sunday. All right, Ping's the boss. So Sunday it is. Sunday at 2, if that works for y'all. And regardless, there'll be videos in the channel. So if you just need a guiding, they'll be there. And if you have our email, please do feel free to send us any questions or comments, feedback, suggestions if you have any. I'm always happy to talk meditation, to answer any questions if you have any trouble practicing. All right, everybody. Ping says, just trying to see if more people can join on Sunday. We are still testing out the best time and way to continue our sessions. Yeah, this is a work in progress. We had thought about doing Skype or Zoom as well, but we think doing it on YouTube is more accessible to more people and also maybe a little less distracting. I find if I'm doing Skype, I'm more often than not paying attention to the video or my own image. So we don't want people to be caught up in that. We just want them to be able to focus. All right, with that, we will sign off. Thank you, everybody, for coming, and hopefully you found this useful. May you be mindful. May you find peace and freedom from suffering. See you next week.